As Reddit has done an about face on Sydney Sweeney, at least this one particular thread. Mind you, it's from r/sipst, which just hits the front page for countless different reasons. That there's not any real one agenda to this sub. It's not hyper political or anything, but it kind of just fluctuates all over the place. But not very long ago, when she did her Good Genes ad, Reddit was all over her. I mean, post after post after post. I'll show some of the ones I used in my previous video about that very topic. I'm not going to look for more of them. I tried to look through them, and I was going to open up some other pages, but honestly, most of the stuff that's been recently uploaded about her onto Reddit it's just corn, really. She, like many girls, including some of the most famous in the world, billionaires even, just really likes taking her clothes off for attention and money. So I'm just gonna show some of the stuff I used in the previous video, but I'm also gonna show this thread, some of it anyway. They're on her side now on this particular thread anyway, with 9,000 upvotes at this time, over 2,000 comments, and I didn't see a single mention of MAGA scrolling down through a few hundred of them. They are just saying that she's, well, first of all, it's with and without makeup is the concept behind it. And apparently, according to the top comment, this is from an AI version. The without makeup is an AI version from X account that just makes AI pictures of women without makeup for whatever reason. I mean, first thing I thought was that they're trying to harass her, MAGA, good genes, oh, she's a white supremacist, all that kind of stuff. But weirdly, pretty much everyone's defending her. And some people are even attacking men, saying like, "Oh, you've never woken up with a woman in your bed. Obviously, tell me you don't know any women without telling me you don't know any women." Like they're attacking men over this, like for some inexplicable reason. I mean, I guess they are still leftists at the end of the day. Men are their go-to target, men and white people anyway, and ideally a white man. Like, oh look, a human. She's pretty either way. Just a heads up to anyone who's never spent the night with a woman. This is normal. Would even more. She looks hot even without it. Yeah, she's actually really pretty. And pretty much all of the comments are just this. It's just people saying that she's hot. And I guess that's enough to make Reddit forget that they hate her because she's apparently a white supremacist. I mean, that's what they were saying not so long ago. I don't remember exactly when, but it was late 2025, so not even half a year ago, really? Maybe half a year? But it's made me think, like, what even is the left? Like, I mean, it's not like a new thought in my head, but like, what are they? It's just they have nothing to latch onto. Like the right wing, they have Christianity, although that is fracturing more and more with all the different denominations and the cocktail of religion that the world sups from. You taste Jesus less and less every time they break off into some new branch, whether that's the non-binary God is whatever, what was it, a non-binary badass or transgender badass, I can't remember what insanity someone was saying, or whether it's a Episcopalian, Roman Catholic, whatever, like Jehovah's Witness, that they all weaken the power of Christianity, really, in the end, every time it fractures. But they also have nationalism and other things, like, I mean, MAGA is kind of like a bit, not really sure about that, but America First is sort of the same thing, but it's mostly just a nationalism, I guess. They have other elements to it. I'm not saying they have like a plethora of them, but the right wing has something that feels tangible to hold on to, whereas the left wing, it's like a needle shifting in the sand dunes, just constantly blowing over it, constantly shifting. They don't. I think that might be why the politicians for the left are so screwed, because they can't even tell what the people on the left want, so they don't know what to pander to. They don't know what to say. Like, Trump knows to say he's going to put up a wall and he's going to deport immigrants. Like, he knows that. It's a very clear, like, nationalist agenda that everyone can get behind. Well, that was stupid of me to say, but most people can get behind anyway. But the left, like, what do they say? It's just constantly changing. As with Sydney Sweeney, they hate her one minute, the next minute they're okay with her, unless you're to say that literally all of these are bots. But then you could make that argument about anything, so that argument really goes nowhere. I mean, they're either all bots or none of them are bots or some of them are bots, whatever. I think just generally speaking, you can look at the left wing and say that their agenda is constantly changing from one thing to another, and it, like, you start with women, then you add in gay people, then you add in trans people, then you add in non-binary, then you add in asexual, then you add in furries or whatever. Like, it just keeps stacking. You have black people, then you have brown people, then you have Islam adding. Oh God. I mean, it's just everything. It's everything and nothing at the same time because they shift their goals so quickly. Like Ukraine and Russia was so big. Then it was, well, we got to protect Israel because they're under attack from Hamas, and they're Hamas, Hezbollah. I don't remember who exactly it was originally. I think it was Hamas. And then they level Gaza, and it's like, oh no, we've got to protect Gaza from Israel, and they just constantly shifting. They've totally forgot about the Ukraine, except when they occasionally need to bring up some snide anti-Trump comment or something. That's pretty much the only time they'll ever mention it anymore because they're more focused on other more important things. And when I say more important things, I, of course, mean just more dramatic things that they can use as ammunition to attack Trump or whoever with. They don't have anything that they actually care about, and that's because they're all pretending to care about external things. And when it's some sort of activist movement for themselves, like Black Lives Matter, you can feel it's much more real because that's something that's in the country. It's something that's about them. Of course, then they'll get in front of the court and they'll say trans women are women, trans women are women, trans women, men can give birth, men can menstruate, things like that. And they're spinning their tires at that point. But you know, sometimes they have something to work off of. Like George Floyd was at least something more tangible than claiming that illegal invaders in the country are our neighbors and that we have to tear down our borders and get rid of all of the white people, which is insane. But they're still saying that for some reason. I mean, they're still saying that voter fraud is not a non-issue and that it's actually the Republicans trying to control the votes just for requiring people to have voter ID, which is an impossibility, apparently, according to them. It's like, what is their narrative? And I suppose I'm saying all this mostly just to muse to myself, or amuse myself, at least. I don't want the Democrats to be like wiped out entirely. I just want them to get their heads out of their asses. Like all of this crap with like wokeness and DEI and stuff. Like, I guess here's the thing: the only way to really change anything is for the people pushing it to stop pushing it. Like, as long as they're still pushing it, it's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep rolling. It's gonna slow down, but it's never going to completely stop unless the politicians behind it make it stop. So that's kind of what I want. I want the Democrat politicians to get in gear, to shift gears, and to shift tracks, shift lanes, whatever stupid terminology you want to use. Because as long as they continue being dumbasses, we're going to continue having to deal with the dumbass civilian populace pushing wokeness, pushing DEI, the optics for the companies that they need to sell all of these different things. They need to appeal to all of these different groups. They have to appeal to black people. They have to appeal to Asian people. They have to appeal to trans people. You can't make everyone happy. It's been proven time and time again. It's impossible to make everyone happy. Every time someone tries to do that, they fail. Literally every single time. You can't make everyone happy. You have to pick, and yeah, I'm sorry to say it, but you got to pick the majority. And that doesn't mean white people. It doesn't mean white people. It means just normalcy. Normalcy is the majority. Not colors, not genders, just normalcy. Like not having gender-neutral bathrooms. Most people don't want that. You go with the majority, right? It's that simple. The left wing continues on this pipeline of 2%. Well, we've got to get trans athletes. We've got to get trans bathroom or neutral bathrooms. It's always going to be like this unless the politicians stop it. We can sit here and complain all we want, but unless the politicians stop it, unless the politicians think they're no longer going to get votes, that's the only way they're going to do anything about it, right? Unless the politicians think they'll get more votes by not doing it, by doing something else. And as long as there's a ton of left-wingers out there on the internet building up this huge influence, making the politicians think, well, look at all these people who like wokeness, then that's what they're going to go for. So, I mean, there's two ways to approach it, basically. You have to silence the civilians or somehow convince the politicians. Ideally, like both, really. You have to stop all the crazy wokesters and their massive influence, but it's basically impossible because of bot farms. So the only thing you can really do is tell the politicians that you're sick of woke, you're sick of DEI, you're sick of the shifting tides that are the left-wing ideologies. Sydney Sweeney's terrible one moment, and then she's scorching hot the next. And then, I mean, she was hot, always hot, but like literally hot in this case, because that's apparently the reason why all these people love her. Even though they hated her 6 months ago, they now love her just because she's hot, which is so mind-numbing to me. I mean, I guess it is indicative, isn't it, of the men on the left. Like, what other reason would they be a left-winger for, if not either because they're trans or gay, or because they want to screw the women who would otherwise never touch them because they're not woke? I don't know. It's I think I'm starting to ramble at this point, so I'll cut the video short. But the left wing needs to stop all this shit. Basically, they need to just be more pragmatic, be more practical. I seem to recall Newsom at one point saying that we needed to scale it back on the pronouns and stuff. And like, I do occasionally agree with some of the. Weirdly, I agree with Newsom. I guess it's not that weird because AOC comes across as a racist and a sexist. But I was going to say I agree with Newsom weirdly sometimes, not always, not usually, but every now and then he'll say something that's not entirely stupid. But they just need to chill. They need to chill on that. They need to be more practical, more pragmatic, and that's the only way. It's really the only way that we're getting rid of woke and DEI. The only way we're moving back to any semblance of normalcy. The only way we're going to get anyone deported, because otherwise we're going to have mobs of people stopping federal agents. So unless we literally go into a dictatorship and lock down the country with martial law or whatever, then it's woke all the way down. And I guess the only way we can do that is as people who are not on the left wing, or at least not super left. You could be like moderate left and still see this as a problem. The only thing you can really do is vocalize that you are sick of woke, you're sick of DEI, and that you will vote for someone who is against those things. And maybe not be entirely hostile towards everyone all the time. Like I said, Newsom said, maybe you should dial it back on the pronouns. Okay, maybe throw Newsom a lifeline on that. Not some of the other insane stuff that he said, but you got to have something to work with. Like you got to start somewhere, right? So I don't know. That's all I can really imagine for us getting out of this hole that they've put us in is just vocalizing that we're done with it and we want to vote for someone who's also done with it. Otherwise we're just in a loop. If I keep talking, I think I'm going to be stuck in a loop. So yes, I am going to end the video here. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, if you agree, please do the YouTube things.